Hello students. So in last lecture we are done with the practical number 1 ABC of the Python. From in today's lecture we are going to start with the remaining practicals. So let's start with practical number 1B. Write a function that reverse the user defined number. So we want to calculate the reverse number. So for the same I have written the program, that is how to create function in Python. We have to write def keyword. After def keyword just write down the name of the function and then round bracket colon. Within that whatever the code we want to display. In C++ we have already done this reverse number program with the help of modulus and percentage operator, division operator. So the same logic is used, and this program is using while loop, because as we all know that only with the help of modulus operator and division operator, if we are writing this particular program, then it will be work for the specific digits, number of digits, like 3 digits number, 2 digits number, like it will work. But if we are writing the reverse concept using while loop, then if you are entering 3 digit number, then also this program will work even for 4 digit number, 5 digit number. So this is actually proper program which will be work for any number of digits. So just see the coding, that within reverse function I have written, first we have taken the input from the user and we have stored that particular input in n variable. Then we have initialized one variable rev equal to 0 just to store the reverse value. Then we are having condition n greater than 0. If you don't want to write down this condition n greater than 0, then you can write n not equal to 0. Like that also this condition also work. After that in dig stands for actually digits, to store the digits of the number, 3 digit number, 4 digit number, whatever we will enter. So just to store the digits I use this particular variable, and if you want digits then definitely we are going to use of percentage symbol, that is modulus operator, because it will give you the remainder. So n modulus 10. After that we did some reverse calculation by writing rev equal to rev into 10 plus dig, and then n equal to n divided by 10, and this will go on continue till the value of n is greater than 0. Once the value of n will become 0, then our condition will get failed, and because of which the statements which are present outside the while loop will get executed. So this is the logic I have written, and then we have simply called the function. So now just see the output. I have entered one number 124. So definitely actually visually only we can tell the result, that reverse of 124 is 421, will get answer. But for the same we have written the logic how this program. So students, now we are going to start with the reverse number program. For the same I have considered the value of n equal to 123. Then there is one variable rev. Rev is actually for reverse number. To store the reverse number I use this particular variable rev equal to 0. Then we are having condition, that is while n greater than 0. So from this step now we are going to start with the execution. So n is 123. 123 is greater than 0, condition is true. And as we all know that if the while condition is true, then the lines or the statements which are present inside while loop will get executed. So the first statement inside while loop is dig equal to n modulus 10. So that is dig equal to 123 modulus 10. So as we all know that if we are writing 123 upon 10, so that is nothing but 12.3. And now we have used modulus operator, so it will take a number which is present up after decimal. So because of this statement the value of dig will be 3. So we got the first digit. Okay. After that the next statement is rev. Rev equal to rev into 10. So what is value of initial value of rev? 0. So what will happen? 0 into 10 plus dig, that is 3. So 0 plus 3 is 3. So now we are having rev as 3. Then we are having n equal to n divided by 10, that is 123 divided by 10. So if whenever we are using this division symbol, what will happen? It will take the number which is present before decimal. So the answer of n will be now 12. Again we will start with the while loop only. Again we will check the condition. Now we are having n as 12. So 12 greater than 0, condition is true, because of which what will happen, dig equal to 12 modulus 10. So 12 upon 10 is nothing but 1.2, and as we have learned that modulus will give you the remainder, that is the digit which is present after the decimal, that is 2 you will get. Then we are having execution of REV statement. REV equal to REV into 10. So in previous iteration, what REV we got? 3. So now it will perform 3 into 10 plus dig, that is 2. So 3 into 10, 30, 30 plus 2, 32. So now the value of REV is 32. After that we are having n divided by 10. So again 12 divided by 10. So it will take the value which is present before decimal. So value of n is 1. Again we will going to start with the while loop iteration. The condition is will be checked, that is now we are having value of n as 1. So 1 greater than 0, condition is true. So it will calculate the value of dig, that is dig 1 modulus 2, 10. So 1 upon 10 is nothing but 0.1. So it will take 1 as a value of dig. Again the same calculation, REV equal to REV into 10. In previous iteration REV is 32. So 32 into 10 plus dig, that is 1. So 32 into 10 is nothing but 320. So 320 plus 1, that is 321. So if you notice, your number is, original number is 123, 123, and its reverse will be 321. So we got the reverse which is stored inside the reverse variable. Okay. Again we are having n equal to n divided by 10, that is 1 divided by 10. So now it will take the number or value which is present before the decimal, so 0. Again condition will be checked, that is 0 greater than 0, condition is false. So condition is false means now the statements which are present inside the while loop are not going to get executed, and we will jump to the statement which is present outside of the while, that is print statement. So in print statement what we are having, reverse of a number colon REV. So what is value of REV? 321. So it will display 321. Okay, so like that you will get the output. So this is reverse of number, and this particular program will work for any digit number. It's not the case that I have taken only 3-digit number. If you want, you can take 4-digit number, 5-digit number. For all the numbers it will work. So this is your reverse number program. And now we are going to start with the next question of our practical number 1. Now the next program is, that is write a function to check the input value is Armstrong number or not, and also we have to create one more function which will calculate whether the particular number is palindrome or not. So in the current slide I have given the logic for Armstrong number. This program also we have already did in C and C++. The logic I have written at the top corner, right hand corner of the screen, that is if we are entering 153 as a number, so how we will check whether particular number is Armstrong or not. So if we are finding digits cube addition, if we are performing if we are having one number like 153 number, then there are total 3 digits, so we will find out digits cube. Okay, individual digits cube we will calculate, and then we will add the cube's value, and if we are getting the same number again, then we can say that the particular number is Armstrong. So here logic is very simple. Find out the digits, calculate its cube, and then add the cube of all the digits, and if you are getting the same number again, then we can say that the particular number is Armstrong. That I have already explained in execution part that we are going to see, but currently for current reference just remember this, what is Armstrong number. So for the same the logic is written. Most of the code is similar to reverse only, but in reverse we have written logic for reverse. I have just changed one line in while loop, that is sum plus equal to digit exponential operator 3, means it will calculate digits cube. Whatever digit value we will get because of digit equal to 10 modulus 10, the answer of that particular digit will be its cube will be fine because of digits exponential 3. So that statement, except that particular statement, the other statements are actually same. which we did in previous program. So again here also, to create function, def keyword is used. We should have meaningful name to the function, and this is the reason why I have written Armstrong as a function name. Then we have taken one value from the user, which we are storing inside num variable. Then I have taken one more variable, that is sum, which I have initialized to 0. And as we have seen in previous program, the execution, at the end the actual value of the variable will become 0. So there will not be the value for the comparison, and this is the reason why we are storing the value inside one temporary variable. The original value we are storing in temporary variable, so that that particular variable we will use for the calculation, and our original variable value will remain same, which we can use in comparison. So again, while we are having again same condition, temp greater than 0, if this particular condition is true, then we are calculating digits equal to temp modulus temp, sum plus equal to digits cube. So we will add, so this statement is nothing but sum equal to sum plus digit exponential 3. Okay, and then again we are calculating temp equal to temp divided by temp by writing third statement. So this program, how it will work, that we are going to see after some time. So this code is written, and at the end we will check num. Num contains the original number which we have entered, is equal to the sum. Sum will contain digits cube addition. So we will compare the original number with the digits cube addition, and if the condition is true, we will display the message as the number is Armstrong number, otherwise not an Armstrong number. Now the next question is, that is, check the number is Armstrong number or not. So basically first we should know what is Armstrong number. If we are having any 3-digit number, suppose in this case I have taken 153 as a number, so we will find out 1 cube, 5 cube plus 3 cube. So what is value of 1 cube? That is 1. 5 cube is 125 and 3 cube is 27. So if you perform the addition of these three numbers, that is 1 plus 125 plus 127, you will get the result as 153. So it means if you are having any number whose digits cube addition is again the same number we are getting, then we can call that particular number as Armstrong number. So again, for the same, just to prove the same, I have taken the same value, num equal to 153. Actually this value will be entered by the user, but just for the sake of execution I have taken this positive value, so that we will get the positive answer, that is number is the Armstrong number. And we will see the execution by taking the same value. So we are having num equal to 153, then we have sum equal to 0, then there is one extra variable in which I have stored the value of num. So what value of num we have taken? 153. So the now temp will contain 153 as a value. Then again we are going to start with the execution. Actually the execution which we have seen in previous program, the same execution is there, but in the previous program we have used REV statement, right, reverse. So for that we have written some different expression, and now we are having this expression. Otherwise the entire code is almost same till while. Then we are having different, now in this case we are having if else. In the previous program which we have seen, in that we were not having the if else block, but now we are having, because we want to display whether it is Armstrong or not Armstrong. So for that purpose we have to use the conditional statement. So let's start with the execution. So now you are having value as temp equal to 153. So in while loop, from while we are going to start, we are having temp greater than 0. So what is value of temp? 153. So 153 greater than 0, condition is true, because of which what will happen, the statements which are present inside while will get executed. So first statement is digit equal to temp modulus 10. So digit will contain now 153 modulus 10. So as we have learned in previous program, 153 upon 10, we can represent this number as 15.3, and as we have used modulus, it will take the number which is present after the decimal, that is it will take 3. So this is your first digit. Then what we have calculated, sum equal to sum plus digits then 2 times asterisk, this is nothing but the exponential symbol. It will calculate digits, that is 3, and exponential means it will calculate 3 raised to 3. Okay, means it will perform multiplication of 3 times. So sum is initialized to 0, so 0 plus 3, this is nothing but 3 into 3 into 3. So 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27. You got the 27. So now the sum is 27. After that there is one more statement, that is temp equal to temp divided by 10. So temp equal to 153 divided by 10. So as we all know that now we are having division symbol, so it will take the number which is present before decimal, that is 15. 15. Okay, again it will check the condition. 15 greater than 0, condition is true. Again it will calculate the digit, that is 15 modulus 10. So 15 upon 10 means 1.5, so it will take 5 as a value. Then we are having sum. Now in previous iteration we got 27 as a sum, so we will write 27 plus this statement is there, that is digits cube. So what is the value of digits? 5, so 5 cube it will calculate. So 27 plus 5 cube is 125. So it is nothing but 152. If we perform this addition, we will get the value of sum as 152. Then again we are having division. So temp equal to temp, that is 15 divided by 10. So it will take the value which is present before the decimal, that is 1 it will take. Again the condition will be checked, that is 1 greater than 0, condition is true. Again it will calculate the value of digit, that is now we are having value of temp as 1. So 1 modulus 10, again the same calculation. 1 modulus 10 is nothing but 1 upon 10, which we can write in 0.1 format. So it will take number after decimal. So now we are having value of digit as 1. Then we will perform sum equal to sum plus. So now your previous iteration sum value is 152 plus 1 cube. So 1 cube is 1 only, so it will give you the result as sum equal to 153, which is actually our original number. Then again we are having division calculation also, that is temp equal to 1 divided by 10. So it will give you the answer as 0. Again there will be while loop condition checking. 0 greater than 0, condition is false. So at the end in some variable we got 153. And if you notice, the value of temp becomes 0. So if we are not storing this value inside the temporary variable num value, means suppose we have not taken the temp variable, directly if we are using num in place of temp, then at the end of the execution just we calculated that num will become 0. Then how we will check the answer, that is whether the entered input is equal to the sum value or not. So for the same we have stored the original value into temporary variable, and we have used that particular temporary variable in the calculation, so that your value of num will remain same only, and which we can use in comparison. So just see that num equal to sum. So what is value of num? 153 equal to sum. What is value of sum? 153. So condition is true, and you will get output as num, that is 153 is Armstrong. Like that you will get the output. So this is the execution of Armstrong number program. Again in the same practical we are having one more question, that is palindrome, that we are going to see. Practical number 1E, we are having one more question, that is write a function to check whether the entered number is palindrome or not. So again before starting with the actual program we should know what is palindrome. So palindrome number means if we are having one number, like in this just see the output, user have entered the number as 454, and if we are doing reverse of the number 454, again we are going to get the same number. So if the original value and its reverse are same, then we can say that that particular number is palindrome. So for the same I have written the logic. Again all the logic is almost same. We have already done the reverse program, right? So the same program we are going to write here. So because of that, in that reverse program we got the reverse, okay, and now we will check that reverse number value with the original number, and if the both numbers match, number equal to reverse, this condition is true, then you will get the message as palindrome, otherwise not a palindrome, like that. So we have already done the reverse number program. In that program only we have to add this if else, that is we will compare the original entered number and the reverse number which we have calculated. If both the numbers are same, then we will display the particular number is palindrome, otherwise not a palindrome. So the same logic which we have already done, only just I have changed the name of the variable, otherwise entire logic is same, and we have just added if else. And now previously just I told you can write n greater than 0 as a condition for while, and if you don't want to write that particular condition, then you can write n not equal to 0. So that condition I have used, so that you will be having all type of variation. So just let's see the execution for to check whether the number is palindrome or not. So in this situation I have taken the number as 121. I am taking the positive input only, so that we will get the positive result. So what do you mean by palindrome? Palindrome means if we are having 121 as a number, and if we perform its reverse, then what number we will get? 121 only. Means the original number and its reverse value is same, then we can say that that particular number is palindrome, right? So again, whatever logic we have used in previous program, that we are going to use in the same one only. So let's start with the execution. Now we are having value of n as 121. Then we are having reverse variable whose value is initialized to 0. Then we have number equal to n, and now I have taken the value of n as 121. So number equal to 121. We are copying the value of n variable, which is our original value. Now I hope you are having clear idea about why we are copying this, because we have seen in the previous practical that at the end of the execution the value of original variable will become 0. Then to which number we will compare. So this is the reason why we are using, in previous example, previous practical, we use temp as a temporary variable. Now in this case we are having this number, we are using n for the calculation purpose, means at the end n value is going to be 0. And in number variable we have stored our original value, so that particular value we can use in comparison, like this, number equal to reverse. So now here let's start with the execution. Just see the values. Now we are having n not equal to 0. So what is value of n? 121. So 121 not equal to 0, condition is true. Then what we have calculated? The value of remainder variable, that is remainder equal to n modulus 10. 121 modulus 10. This is nothing but 12.1. It will take the value as 1. Then we are having reverse. Reverse equal to reverse into 10. That is reverse is initialized to 0. So 0 into 10 plus remainder, that is 1. So we will get the value of reverse as 1. Then the next statement which we are having, n equal to n divided by 10, that is 121 divided by 10. So it will take the decimal value, the number which is present before decimal, that is 12. So now n variable contains 12 as a value. So again there will be condition checking, that is 12 not equal to 0, condition is true. So it will calculate the remainder, that is 1.2. So it will store the value, that is 12 modulus 10. So it will give you the result as the number which is present after decimal, 2. Then we are going to calculate reverse. So in previous execution we got the value of reverse variable as 1. So 1 into 10 plus the remainder, that is 2. So 1 into 10, that is 10, 10 plus 2, 12. So now your reverse is 12. Again we are having n equal to 12 divided by 10. So it will take the number which is present before decimal, that is 1. Again there will be condition checking, 1 not equal to 0. Yes, condition is true. So we will calculate the remainder. So remainder equal to 1 modulus 10. 1 upon 10 is nothing but 0.1. So it will take 1 as a value. Then we are having reverse. Reverse equal to, in previous iteration what value we got? 12. So it will perform 12 into 10 plus the remainder, that is 1. That is 120 plus 1, which is equal to 121. So this value is stored inside reverse variable. Okay, after that n equal to 1 divided by cent, so it will be having value as 0. Again condition checking will be there, that is 0 not equal to 0, condition is false, and this is the reason why our while loop will stop here only, and we will jump to the code which is present after this value. So this much is our while loop. Okay, so our code will jump to the if part once the condition is false. In if part, what condition we are having? Number. What is value of number variable? 121 is equal to reverse. What is value of reverse? 121. So condition is true. So you will get output as palindrome. And if you are using any other number, there are so many actually palindrome values are there, so you can take any numbers, but just to show the positive execution I have taken the number which is palindrome. So this is your execution. Then move on to the next practical.